This fall sports season has been filled with uncertainty for college athletes. And as Spectrum Sports' Mike Cairns tells us, it's been a challenging return to the soccer pitch for one Florida Southern player.
This was going to be a big year for James Meehan.
I enjoyed a couple weeks home, and then I was already thinking about the kind of season coming up.
The senior from London, England, had big plans, coming off a junior year as the Mocs' leading scorer.
James is explosive. James is the kind of player that can turn a game on its head.
Leland, middle, Meehan, go! I was hoping that this season would kind of be a breakout season for me and a lot of other guys, just to show the conference what we can do and have a really strong year.
The pandemic put that on hold. James, like thousands of NCAA athletes, were sent home with no idea if or when their seasons would start up again.
To begin with, I think it was obviously taken very relaxed by everyone, and I was kind of thinking hopefully it would just pass over. I get to go home for a little bit because school stopped, and I get back out here, and then obviously it just blew up.
Unlike most American athletes, when it was time to return to campus, James had other problems.
We will be suspending all travel from Europe to the United States for the next 30 days.
A direct path to the U.S. was not an option, so the Englishman had to quarantine for 2 weeks in a country that wasn't banned. He chose Barbados.
It just turned into a kind of 2-week holiday, so I just got to enjoy my time there. Going from London, where it's a lot of rain, and obviously just very built up, to just being on the beachfront with the weather, it was so different, amazing.
James enjoyed his self-imposed quarantine with his sister, but even the beautiful beaches couldn't cure what was on this athlete's mind.
I was just honestly very anxious a lot of the time, just trying to think through how I was going to get back, when I was going to start training, and thinking about the season ahead, like how I was preparing for it.
When the Florida Southern senior was cleared to fly to the U.S., his flight from Barbados was canceled, forcing him in one day to fly from Barbados back home to London and then turn around and fly to the United States.
It was tough, honestly. It was a lot of stress going on, but thankfully I managed to get back here.
You feel for them. You really do, because at the end of the day, having to be so far away from where you spend, honestly, most of your time, you know, it must be very difficult there.
Now, back in Lakeland, James trains for a season he hopes he won't lose.
This could be a blessing in disguise in terms of we have a lot of time to work with our coach and improve, and then hopefully we can do good things this year.
In Lakeland, Mike Cairns, Spectrum Sports 360.